allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening and welcome to the Town of Manlius Planning Board for October 20th, 2025. We are in person.
Not
Not live because we're having technical difficulties. As the rest of the world experienced today, I guess. So the first item on our agenda is for the approval of minutes from our October 6th, 2025 meeting. And I just had a couple things, Lisa, that I haven't had a chance to tell you about yet.
Excuse me, we do have our engineer on the
Okay.
line, since we,
Okay.
since there's the technical. Difficulties, Doug, you're on my phone, so you're right between Valerie and me.
All right. Okay, but Doug, do you want to mute yourself unless you want to talk? Okay, perfect. All right, so we're just talking about the minutes. So our planning board engineer is on the phone, instead of on the screen right now. Okay. So Lisa, it was just under the subdivision for Peck Hill Road.
I
It's
see
just
it.
Palmer Road, and then also, we just need to go back and check the yays and nays for the town planner, because I think we gotta. It's a
Okay.
little different,
Sure.
like Rosetti was a yay. Or
Okay.
yes, or whatever, but we can figure that out later.
Okay.
and
Yep.
change it. Okay,
Okay.
does anyone else have anything on the minutes from October 6th, or else I would take a motion to approve with the amendments we discussed.
Motion to approve the minutes as amended.
All right, motion made by Aaron, seconded by Arnie, all in favor? Any opposed?
I'm not abstaining because most of it was about the keywords and I was not part of it.
Okay. Does it
Does it matter?
matter though, because he was part of the beginning?
He doesn't need to, he can abstain for whatever reason, so.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right. We will do that. Okay, the next item on our agenda is for a 3-lot subdivision. This is on for a public hearing. This is under Timothy Colbrenner and Donna Sequin. And this is 3-lot subdivision lot 2, the corner of Sweet Road and State Route 173 in Manlius. The tax map number is 109.-01-01.1. And I know I wasn't at the meeting when you were here last, but the board asked for some revisions and everything, so if you could just update us as to where you are now, and then for the purpose of the public hearing, just give a little update, in case you didn't want to hear to speak.
So since the last meeting, the first changes we made were to the EAF. We went through, addressed those. And I believe you all got updated copies of that. Although we went through on this plan, we changed the name of the plan. Just gave it another subdivision name, got rid of the re-subdivision and renumbered the lots 100, 101, and 102. Since the time of the last meeting, I was kind of pushing hard for the state and county to get our some sort of conceptual approval on the proposed driveways, and I have not received that yet. Fortunately, the county has given me no response back yet, which is really unlike them. And the state is having a hard time going out finding those states. So that stuff's in the works. I just unfortunately don't have that information.
So lot 101 has an existing curb cut, or you're not sure on that either?
There's an existing driveway, so Doug had asked to just get something from the state saying that that was okay, so we went out, we did do site distance on that driveway. Well, lot 102 would be a new curb cut. That's the one the state's having difficulty finding our stake, kind of brushy in there. They're not gonna issue, they want to do one letter or both.
Oh, okay,
I guess,
good.
so.
That was why I asked. Thank you.
So did they tell you like what their plan is for when they might have an answer to that?
Well,
But that's not a fair
so
question.
it was Friday after hours, and
Okay.
I got an email from the state about, not being able to find it. I replied back to him this morning and, I just didn't get anything back. As far as site distances go, I know we met their requirements. It sounds like they still wanna have their on-site visit before they will give us any sort of letter. Then, otherly, as far as the county, like I said, 2 weeks have gone by and I haven't heard anything more from them on that. So,
Regarding county, I think as part of the document material, we've got a chain of emails from 2021.
yep, so,
And that's the county.
yep,
And they speak of, in the beginning, 2 new stone field driveways at locations 2 and 3. Look at the survey, I only see 1.
yeah, so that chain of emails for the county really affects the next subdivision we're going over.
But the tax map number is for this parcel,
So,
on this form, on their. It's only this one tax map parcel.
yeah, so that chain of email was actually from when the property was split. Previously, the previous owner, before they went through and split the property, they got driveway, permits to put 3 driveways in. One of them was in Pompey, 2 of them were down in, down here in Manlius. Or, I guess we should have Manlius. But because it was done before the split and the tax map number and stuff, like, I believe that is why. Not to get too far into that now, but there was
I didn't wanna get into it all, because I'm gonna figure this 4 years old, but if it came down through it, on the current survey, there's 1 driveway. Is it one of the 2 listed in this material from 2021?
this one we're going over, it is not.
So why we got this?
For the other,
Pardon?
for this one. And. That's why.
This is, well, there are no names on it. The only reason I lined it with me is this tax map. Is this, right here. 1.1. That's. This, these are the woods, that's supposed to. And that's why I thought, okay, this must be.
Yeah,
I was just trying to figure out. Because none of the names on this align with any of other material that I could find.
right.
I said, well, that's the point of this.
So that was, just real brief, on that next subdivision. Where they have the large lot and the 5-acre lot. That driveway that I've got highlighted on there, the permit I've got highlighted, is the existing driveway that's on that 5-acre lot.
On the other tax parcel.
That's correct,
So.
but
okay.
that driveway was approved. At this point, years ago, before any of the subdivision work was done, before it was 2 separate tax parcels.
Okay, so we're talking about the 1.1 tax parcel, and this whole document has nothing to do with it. Is that a fair statement?
That's correct.
Fine, let's stop talking.
It was subdivided
I-
several years.
Fine, if it's not. First place it is this tax parcel.
I knew it was gonna be a little confusing and there wasn't, the way they submitted their map for that, it uses.
I've
notes,
done,
so,
that's fine.
So, my notes tell me that the driveway issue is still not resolved because the county not getting that to you, but then needed to do percolation tests from septic wells.
So, as far as I know, we do not have to do a percolate. I do have, an email from the Southern County Health Department saying that they're fine with the subdivision, note that we have on the subdivision. The idea is that they're over 5 acres. The county will approve them as being non-buildable lots. And then when they go to get a building permit, they're gonna have to go to the county with a septic design, get approvals, present that to the town before they can build up.
So the county told you there's money,
That's correct.
That doesn't usually come till later because they.
yeah, when they do the actual.
Yeah, they wouldn't know how big it would be to be it,
I
but
agree.
all of that.
Okay. Does the board have any other questions, or were there any other outstanding items that we asked for last time.
Did you have any comments? The answer is no. Or is it? So, okay. Words.
We just the DOT stuff and teams.
Oh, hold on.
Send your message.
Okay. If the board has any other questions, then thank you for the update. We
You
will,
did send me a message. It's confusing with existing driveway cuts, I think.
yes. Oh,
Go ahead, Doug. You had a comment about the driveway cuts?
Yeah, to Don's point, I think the driveway cuts are fine, but a little confusing for me too. I think it was correlated to, longitude, latitude, GIS. I think that would clear things up. And the lot that was on, 173, I think the applicant described that fine, and he's just waiting to get that cut. But I think the other ones are fine, but it's just, to Don's point, it was hard to follow because there were names and not tax IDs or, where it belongs to. That was all.
So
When I
if,
drive by, I can see that there are driveway cuts and they're being used.
are we talking about either one of these lots being delineated as non-buildable at the moment until we get?
On
Right,
this,
yes,
the corner subdivision.
yeah,
So. Right now. Until I get any sort of, anything from the county or the state, the only one that has a driveway would be lot 101. That's the only one that has a driveway cut.
but don't we also need, perk and that, and you're saying that's a later thing?
So we're not gonna need perk
Mhm.
to get a subdivision map filed. Because the lots are over 5 acres.
Okay. All right.
Because for the zone,
Mhm.
if it's RA, they need a certain amount of
That's
square
okay,
footage.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
All right. So,
But the what, and just to clarify, because if we do approve this, which lot would have to be marked unbuildable, or are we just going to say the chair can sign the map when we get word back from the county?
I think they're all unbuildable.
yeah,
Yeah, we're not approving building, right?
Yeah.
It's just.
It's just a subdivision.
I do have a note on the map saying that, all 3 lots will be unbuildable until they provide, approved septic.
And her cuts.
Right. Yes,
Wow. Yes, that seems like a lot of speculation
Well-
for approving a map.
What about if we do the public hearings, we let them hear back from everybody, and we bring them back for a vote when we have all the information,
Well,
we get the public hearings done.
well, yeah, we're gonna have a public hearing,
Yes,
but I don't think without the other information, we can vote on this anyway.
At least the current cuts, right?
We can't.
I think
so-
that's important. Okay.
Yeah.
so I totally expected that. If it wasn't for a public hearing, we probably would have. That's
Wait.
kind of like
Yeah.
waive it.
Okay. All right, so let's do the public hearing, 'cause we've got, well,
Sure.
people talking. Okay, so Lisa, did you publish the notice for the public hearing?
Yes.
For the first one?
Yep.
Okay,
I'll make the motion to waive the public notice.
okay, motion made by Rich to waive the reading, second by David, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries to waive the reading, and now I need a motion to open the public hearing. Okay, motion made by Don, second by Artie. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries, the public hearing is open. Is there anyone here to speak on the 3 lot subdivision for the corner of Sweet Road and State Route 173? Okay, if you could come up, are you able to come up to the podium?
Sure.
And please tell us your name and where you live. And then what you have to say.
My name is Anita Cottrell. I live on the corner of Sweet Road and 173. One of our concerns is the map does not show the existing stream that runs down through there. The other thing is, we know that there's been work done on a house that previously existed there, so there is an existing driveway. But where is the other entrance supposed to be located that's going into these pieces? And I can't tell because the map is expanded so wide as to exactly what's where.
Sir, sir, sorry, if you guys don't mind, if you have to talk, if you can take it out to the vestibule so we can hear. Do you need us to zoom, you're saying you want the map, the view right now to shrink it a little bit?
Just shrink it a little bit, yeah.
We will try.
Maybe turn it north and south instead of,
Well, that's, yeah, that. Well,
so there's a property there on the corner.
so you can read it? No.
North is to the right.
So,
In the southwest corner
this is,
map, there's a piece of property owned by the VA,
I don't know if she did or
and
not.
there's a stream that runs down along there and back up.
That's different.
Beyond,
But I have
which
to-
is not reflected on any of this, not even on the tax.
It is on,
On John,
But we haven't seen it wrong, that's.
they're online.
it is there.
Here,
Yeah, there we go.
I do have extra copies of.
oh, okay.
Maybe it would be nice to put one out on the table, so just because we don't know here.
So. Is that, do you see the stream on there? Is that the stream you're
No light.
talking about?
Yeah, yeah, okay. We used to fish up in there. Matt was able to play from. So,
And when you said you live on the corner of Sweet and,
yeah, we live on the southeast corner.
Controls on the opposite corner.
oh, you're on the opposite, across the street.
Yeah,
Okay,
street
okay,
across Sweet, yeah.
okay. So the stream question is answered, correct?
Three questions answered, because it doesn't show up on the tax.
Okay. And what was your other,
Well, just a concern as to where his other driveway is going to come out, because there's sight distance, there. The existing driveway he's using. It's got good sight because it was an existing house,
Are you talking about lot 101?
yes,
in the driveway that's there that says gravel drive?
Yeah.
Is that the driveway you're saying exists and is good?
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's there, it's been there for 50, 60 years. But I don't know where where he's contemplating putting his other
Yeah.
access
For lot 102?
for lot 101. But the existing lot 101, where he wants to put the three parcels.
Lot 10. Do you want to speak to that?
Certainly, so,
I think it's Tim Cole. No,
This is an existing driveway right there.
Yeah.
That's it.
so this lot 101, they're gonna use, they wanna use the existing driveway.
some of them.
For lot
Mhm.
102, there's the town of Manlius street sign, which is roughly right in about, when you're looking at the map, where it says center line. Right about where the C is, there's the metal town of Manlius sign. That's about flat part right before it drops down the hill. So they were looking to do the driveway, that's where we did our site distances, that's where we were able to get the best site distances out of.
That's the parcels.
Yeah, so right when you, right before you come down the hill, if when you're heading that way, you'll see a metal town of Manlius sign. And there was just about 50 feet beyond that is where we were trying. And then on
And
lot,
that's what you're waiting for
from the state.
state.
And then on lot 100, there's a power pole that's in there lightly, just about where the angle point is. And we're gonna be south of that, maybe about 40 feet, I think, is where we were trying to get our sight distance in there.
Like in that current bump out with the old boundary?
So right where the bearing is, or it's 49 east,
Yeah.
49 seconds east. So the driveway would be roughly in that area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with that, that isn't. That was the best we could get for sight distance on that. It is going uphill. There's an existing drive there. right now, the applicant would like to see about getting his own driveway out there. And that's something that we're pressing on the county for their approval to see. Can we have our own driveway? Are they gonna let us have 2 driveways on that lot, even though the existing gravel driveway, even though it's on his property, is technically somebody else's driveway.
And these are all things that have to be determined, not by us, but by other organizations.
That's correct.
Wow.
That's,
Except with this driveway. That's an existing gravel drive.
that is an existing gravel drive, for the Bristol parcels.
But you don't wanna share it.
So,
Bristol's don't wanna share.
Well, it's on lot 100, so I don't think they have a choice.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
They don't have a choice,
Why wouldn't they have a choice?
because it's on,
On their
it's
property.
not their
It's on their-
property, it's an easement.
I'd be glad to discuss that. Wanting to, at this time,
And
Just.
hold on, let's,
With this-
one minute. Let's let her finish.
House. That's why there's probably access and exclusive.
yeah, been told there's,
was there anything else you had, ma'am?
No, I was just concerned, number one, because it would show the street, and number two, just where this other driveway was going to be located, because it's where you're in bad spot. Particularly in the winter when you get the snow flying, and plows plowing, and cars going quickly around.
mhm.
It's a tough road.
Yes,
It is a tough road.
and that's what we don't, we need the DOT to
Slow days.
weigh in on that. Thank you. Okay, sir, would you like to speak next?
good evening, my name is Kurt Bristol. I am the other party. If you look at the road going in, the gravel road, that's been my driveway for going on 35 years. Historically, some of you may have been here when Mr. Ruggieri owned all the property. At 1990, he approached me to build Sweetview Farms. At that time, I have a map here of the entranceway, Sweetview Farms. That dirt road was supposed to be Marblehead Drive. I built my house in 1990. The deed on my house to this day still says 17 Marblehead Drive. That was supposed to be a deeded road, which never occurred. In 2001, I went with Mr. Ruggieri. We were in conflict because he said he would put the road in, deed it over to the town. He did not do it. And at that time, if you would deeded the road over to the town, he was supposed to reimburse me for the taxes and for the upkeep of that road. We went to the state Supreme Court, I believe it was, Judge Murphy in 2001. At that point in time, Judge Murphy said that Mr. Ruggieri had no responsibility to put a road in. But that our lot, which is 17, and when I was taking a look, 17 is a lot that we live on for the last 35 years.
That's why these two lots look, why these look the way they do, because they were meant to be part of a subdivision and they were the only two that ever had.
Well, I was the first, I was the guinea pig. There were supposed to be 30 houses and 130 acres. I think the problem came when Mr. Ruggieri saw that my well was 400 feet deep, 380 feet deep, number one. He thought that the water was gonna be brought up to the corner of 173 in Sweet Road, which it never did. It was a proposed development, where the wildlife, track
Three
is.
Falls, what?
Pardon?
3 Falls?
3 Falls, correct.
The property that my father gave to the Finger Lakes Land Trust.
Yes.
Oh, and it's the forever wild piece.
You're right.
It's not perfect, and then you get a perk.
But I forget who the developer was trying to for years.
Jerry.
Oh, was Ruggieri also? Okay. So when that didn't happen, he sort of bypassed the whole Sweetview Farms. So we were there. We own the lot. Our lot is 2 acres.
And the lot from our house to the Sweet Road is 3 acres. That's a separate lot that he had to deed over to us. So make a long,
This is the same, you're the same, it's the same person. You,
well,
Did he give it over to?
he deeded over to us. When the conflict came, what, and again, I apologize. By putting the road in, at that time, the agreement was that we had that if the road came in, I'd give him the land back. We signed a counter deed in 1991 when we moved into the house. I know this is sort of
oh,
hard
no,
to
this is
understand.
great.
No, I apologize. We signed a counter deed that if he deeded the road, I had no use to that land.
You give it back.
And I give it back to him. In 2000, but I signed the deed in 1991 when we moved in. He held the deed. I was told that he was going to transfer the deed back into his name. So I transferred the land prior to him doing that to my 3 kids. So that's why I will say Christina, Stephanie, Kirk Michael Bristol, rather than Kirk Bristol. Kirk Michael is my son, so we have the same name. So I presently own the 2 acres my house sits on and the 3 acres going in front of my house. At the time that the judge ruled that Ruggieri had no responsibility to put the road in, he also gave us the right of way for the driveway, because he used to say without it, we'd have no way to access our house.
And that's the 60 foot that's shown.
Oh, no, it's more than 60 feet. It goes back just under a quarter of a mile.
Now, the
60
width
feet
of
wide.
Oh, the width, yes, I'm sorry, yes. And so when Tim approached us, we have no problem with Tim subdividing, we have no problem with Tim building. I said to Tim, by using my driveway, you're devaluating my property and your property. And he agreed. He told me, matter of fact, I got an email tonight that supposedly, are you the surveyor?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the surveyor had already made the changes. My concern was I did not see the change on the map. It still looks like the driveway is coming through my driveway. And so that's why I'm here tonight.
Well, I think that when I read this, it shows that there's some kind of instrument being proposed for this 60 foot easement, but they're talking about putting in a new curb cut to sort of.
And that'll be fine with me. But if you look at the map,
Yeah.
on my driveway, it says, right of way, ingress, egress.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a problem, the utility box is a utility box on the left-hand side, if you've noticed, you go off the land. Because they put in 3 utility boxes when they did my house. One is in front on the 3 acres, one is on my property, the 2 acres, and one is directly beyond my driveway on there's a 5 acre parcel that was there before.
You say utility box, is that for underground electric?
We have underground all the way in, but there's a box,
Yeah.
you know, designating, you know,
I didn't know what kind of utility it was.
it's underground.
Without seeing the documents that have been signed and recorded. All this means nothing to me anyway. You really just, I mean, I don't know. If that 60 foot wide easement for you to get access. Gives them access also, or is it exclusive to you? I mean, I just have all sorts of questions, and without seeing the documents.
And there's really no problem.
It
Yes,
doesn't seem like.
if
there's a problem.
if what the surveyor is saying is true, that they are going to put the driveway here on Sweet Road, then I don't have a problem at all.
If I could just,
Yeah.
so the easement as we got it drawn on, the 60 foot is the easement as described in his deed. The labeling I have on it, came from the deed. You know, we're just showing it as, because it, affects our property. As far as that goes. Originally, I reached out to our applicant, I went through the deed, it wasn't clear whether or not it provided us access. Or if it was solely for him, how it was. So I told Tim, that's a question for your attorney. They have met before, Tim really doesn't wanna make any waves out there. He would just assume everybody be good neighbors moving forward,
I don't want it either. I want it here for that driveway, that's it.
which
Can you clear that up when you're resubmitting the form?
Well,
I can
I
add
thought
a
that-
note on that easement, you know, something per deed. Something to that effect. When we hear back from the county, we could do something, we could show the approved driveway locations on the map. Really, right now, it is something that we're waiting on the county, if the county comes back and then they want, you know, if they're pushing back on having to, you know, say curb cuts on that lot,
Mhm.
then that's something that we're gonna have to look into.
Well, there's going to be one curb cut at lot 100,
Well,
correct?
because of yours, are they gonna look at your driveway being on his lot? And I think just for the simplicity of it, if we can get two driveways safely in there. That would be the best way, just because then we have to get into agreements, maintenance agreements, things like that over the driveway. And it's just,
And without seeing the original easement, if there is one.
Yeah.
He's been using it for 30 years,
35 years.
35 years.
Maintaining it. for
There's certain
35
rights that
years.
you have already based on, you know,
Correct.
your use there. So
Yeah.
this really goes beyond what we're talking about tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't, because it affects the subdivision of the property that we're talking about. Not only is it a question for your property that your house is on, but it's also a question for the additional parcel that's in your children's name. Access wise.
Again, that goes beyond what,
Sounds like
since we don't have a document.
attorney stuff.
It's true, but what I'm suggesting, he's been using this for 35
Yeah.
years, so you've got issues at home. If you, I mean, you can talk to your, they seem to be like, they're talking. Solve this one, deed him that, so that you can get another cut from the other one, deed him that, since he's doing it for 35 years, then. You can put another cut in there, and that station becomes part of the property.
In fact, we talked to Mr. Perry. Mr. Perry was the person who
Yeah.
owned the land. I talked to Mr. Perry beforehand, explaining the whole thing. And he said it was already done. So
Because it's gonna become, when you bring in that drawing, and that's still an issue, and we have a public hearing, you're not gonna get an approval to clear all that stuff up.
Well, yeah, we have to know, he knows that, he knows, yeah, he
Exactly.
knows that.
Gotta do it.
Well, yeah, it's gonna depend on what the county comes back with, like you said, if they. If they say you have to use that curb cut that's existing, then,
I mean, the county just did 3 curb cuts. Within a year and a half, 2 years at the most. With no problem whatsoever, blacktop, the curb cut, and everything.
But I think it
In
goes
this
beyond that.
area, when you say that?
Yes,
I bike up that road quite often, there seem to be any number of curb cuts that don't seem to go anywhere, frankly, that I'm occupied with bike riding bikes,
there's 3 of them that go nowhere, yes.
so,
I did want to ask on this, you have a series of measurements beginning with 117.4, 197.76, and then 314.95. Where does that terminate going up the hill? I
So,
don't see a little U-shaped thing saying end of the 314.
yeah, so this is a unique. Because these lots were, the Bristol lots were cut out as if it was gonna be a subdivision. What ended up on our boundary, we have this 30-foot radius out to
Yep.
Sweet Road.
That's it.
So that 314.95 actually would run to that point of curvature, and we just got that little. Like perpendicular line marking where the start and the end of the curve are.
Right, I see that. So the 314 is inclusive of the 197?
Nope, the 197.76 runs to an angle point in the road boundary. And then it continues south 314.95 feet. That's essentially to what we'll call the property corner between our lot and Bristol, which is at the start of that curve. And then it follows a curve to the left going westerly, starting to go down going down our southerly line.
okay, Mr. Bristol, did you have anything else to add? We always,
I have no problem as far as with, the division of the parcel, I have no problem with building permits or anything like that. It's just the driveways, the only issue.
so we'll have to wait and see what comes back like we knew we would anyway, but.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
you know, what we'll do at this point, so, you know, get the public hearing started. Is we'll try to get everything set on our end and, even if that means an agreement between our client and
Yeah, we're
Bristol,
gonna,
we'll try to get that worked out
I think
before.
we'll probably leave the public hearing open.
Okay.
Because then what comes back from county and DOT, then the neighbors, anyone else will still have an opportunity to comment.
Yep.
Okay, and did you want to speak as well?
Yeah, my name is Lori Cottrell. Also on the corner street, and I was on B3.
If you can come up to the podium as well.
What I want to point out is, before I newly got involved in everything else, our brother Gary Cottrell was Cottrell's land surveyors, worked with Ruggieri for a long, long time, our family has, so we've done a lot of work for Ruggieri. But one of the things is when Ruggieri proposed this 130 houses and everything, looking for another way out. From Sweet Road out onto 173, at the time, they couldn't do it because of the Deneen property. Somebody had owned that where the driveway was, 2015, 2016, there was a fire at the house there. And then that's how whoever acquired that, they had their driveway.
You're talking about the gravel drive
173,
with the, next to the,
yeah,
Other
the lot, lot 102 there. Paul was looking to put a road there to get in and out just above Deneen property. The problem is the state wouldn't approve it because of the line of sight. It's very dangerous. It's 55 miles an hour. So I can tell you, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a line of sight issue. It's never gonna get passed. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So they may want to have to bring lot 102 down into Deneen's and share a driveway there. That'd probably be the safest place. And everything. I just want to kind of point that out, so, and whatnot, and everything, because I.
it may or may not change a lot, we'll see,
Yeah.
no pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but I just, we live there. We can tell you the accidents and so on, the history of the issues on the corner, so.
Mhm.
I appreciate the
Okay.
historical.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all very interesting.
It's different, it's different.
Yeah. Okay, is there anyone else here to speak about the first item on our agenda, the Cold Runner subdivision? Okay. So we, like I just said, we are gonna, we'll keep the public hearing open. Because we need to hear back from, we need more information from the DOT and the county, which we were hoping we would have had by tonight. So we will keep it open, and when we get that information, we'll put it back on the agenda.
Did we do a referral to the county on this one? She didn't want to see it.
Oh,
I sent everything to her, so she didn't want to see it.
okay.
I said, okay,
County did not want to see it from a county planning,
Right.
Yeah, no.
but yeah, not the,
right.
In my mind, it's not just the county and the state curb cuts. It's the agreements between the parties to make sure they have access to the parcels, whatever that format may look like.
yeah,
I
so I think they
like to
first
see-
need to hear what the official word is on curb cuts and driveways. And then depending on that. You want to, the
Yeah.
legal pieces may
Yes,
be
the
needed for
existing-
us to make a decision.
There needs to be clarification on the deeds.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes, and
what-
Jamie's
who has
already
access,
researching,
what's
so
that?
she's already working, so she'll let us know to what we might need legally, right?
I would,
Yes.
See what?
I've been watching you madly looking at this stuff, and I think that it would be helpful if once you've determined the driveway cuts and if you get one on Sweet Road or not, and what that means to your client, that you guys would talk amongst yourselves and have your attorneys talk to each other, so that when you come back to us, you're showing us what you actually
Yeah.
would like to see. not come back and say, here's what we've got, what do we do? Say, here's what we all have worked out that we think it is amicable and legally appropriate, so that there's something for us to react to and for the attorney to review. How's that?
Yeah.
That's another.
Need a motion to keep this open or?
I don't know.
Yes.
We do.
To leave,
I
to,
mean,
Okay, motion made by David to keep the public hearing open,
I'll second.
second by Rich, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries, and we also wait to do seeker.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll wait.
is that because we adjourned the meeting?
Okay.
We make a motion to. public hearing
Yes.
open Because we are adjourning.
Yeah, but we're, otherwise, it's either gonna close or it's gonna open, so we're making the motion. to keep it
We're
open.
keeping it, yeah. Okay. All right, so Pat, do you understand all that and what to go back to your client with and everything
Yeah, that makes
that we'd like to see
sense.
for
And I
next time?
really wouldn't wanna come back in front of you guys if we didn't have everything.
Right, okay, so you'll be in touch with Lisa when
Yep.
you have the information, okay.
Thank you.
All right, the next item on our agenda is another subdivision, 2-lot subdivision for lot 1 of Sweet Road. And this is under Zachary Anderson and Kathleen Kane. This is also on for a public hearing, and this is tax map number 109.01-01.4. So you can go over for this one, please.
So again, we did revise the EAF.
Public hearing.
No, he's going over, he's giving an update.
So we revised the EAF to address the comments from the last meeting. And then, I had sent everything out to Lisa, and then I realized I had a spelling error in, the applicant's last name. So I sent her a revised copy of the EAF. I'm not sure.
I do have that. I did not pass it out. But I do have the updated copy.
Okay,
Because I have copies.
Yep,
if
I have it.
Needed. So with that, we also went through, the applicant was watching the last meeting, so he had his driveway permit, waiting for me when I got back to my computer. Which that was the permit that I've included from 24. That was for the driveway that we're showing on lot 1B. That covered that. And then the email chain. When I reached out to the county to see about the existing driveway on lot 1A. The email chain that I had sent you here is what he sent it to me. This is what they had in their file. I asked them for a map that showed the locations of lot 2 and 3, and all they had was a PDF with like notes that you would click on. It wasn't something I could print out. I didn't know, I sent a copy of that over to Lisa. I wasn't sure if that was something that could be opened in the meeting, just to show that location 3 was this driveway on lot 1A.
One, yeah, permit.
Yeah,
Which one is it?
so when I had sent that everything, there was it might have been that last one, updated,
This one?
yeah. Which I think was a control survey that we used at the time of that. So you see those yellow circles or no things on Sweet Road?
mhm,
That one, you see where the town line is between the town of Pompey and the town of Manlius. The one right north of that, if you click on that little yellow bubble or
This one?
no, yeah, it should come up and say that it's
Driveway location number 3?
from here, it looks like 1. I get a little nervous. Yeah, so that there is really the only thing I have from the county saying that that's the driveway location number 3.
okay,
And I'm sorry, that's what they had on file.
Who's paying on
We
site?
wouldn't have given,
The county.
The county has only that on.
they have a paper copy.
Thing.
So I don't know what was submitted with their permit, if that was what. Steve Perry, the previous owner, had submitted.
They can't, no, they wouldn't do that.
It has to go on.
You can't have like PDF added notes on a survey. It's not, I mean, it's sealed, but that's not Cottrell's work.
No, that map was not made by Cottrell.
Right.
The survey was made by Cottrell. Somebody went through and added those notes onto its map.
So they're,
Which is
without
nothing.
context, they're really not, we can't act on anything like that.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, I can forward you the email I got from the county explaining this.
Has
they
to
need
go
to
on.
write paperwork. But I'll
Be
stop
survey
it.
form.
Or,
But,
if you look at this,
mhm,
this is the drawing that we're talking about,
Mhm.
and there's these PDF added like note, bubble notes that bring up a note.
yeah,
And those don't count for drawings.
well, they need to show,
It needs to be the drawing,
Right.
not an added note, because that's not a legal document.
Sure.
So whoever did that was probably communicating something temporarily or for a reason for a project or whatever, but the county would never accept that.
Well, that's, I mean, I have the permits from the county here. So
Well, then it's been modified.
Yeah, the permit must have had a drawing attached with it, otherwise it wouldn't be a permit.
it's here.
It's just something's missing. Is all.
Okay, I'll see what I can do from the county on that.
Is this Alvin Chan you're dealing with?
No, it's James Fenston.
I'm just reading. Sorry.
When, Lisa, when did we get these emails?
When did you drop them?
Was last.
Tuesday?
week, Tuesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, when I emailed them to everybody, and I told everybody to come pick up hard copies, and nobody came and got them. Except for Don Webster.
I saw what it was, but I didn't go into the data. I was so long to hear what it was.
Okay. All right, well, is that everything you had to say before we open the public hearing?
So that is the only changes made. I do, I guess, wonder for this. The newer permit from 24. I got a copy of the permit. I don't have a map on that either. But it's, so I don't know, is there something more you're gonna need for that as well?
Yeah.
And you highlighted, labeled as attached survey, on attached surveys location number 3. Nobody has that survey?
That's what he's pointing at.
That's-
The
that-
bubbles.
That is, and that's it?
That's what I was provided with.
Okay.
And again, that was from the county.
Well, they might not, I mean, for communication or conversation purposes, that's fine.
Yeah,
But for submission for an application for a subdivision as part of the document that backs all of that up, they might not understand what you were asking for.
well, I guess I'm. So at the last meeting I was in, because there were existing driveways. I thought we were being asked to provide, proof that these were. Approved driveways of the county.
Yep.
So I have. Driveway permits, and I can understand the older one, there's some ambiguity on that. But these are driveway permits that have been. Approved with the county.
And the driveways are on there. On this map?
Well,
But are the driveways,
They show on our subdivision map. As existing driveways. We don't have,
Does that permit show you that long?
no, they have,
Therefore, we can't accept it.
They're showing on
If
this,
that
they're
permit
showing on the
right.
other map.
I mean,
Current
Can't get
driveway.
wrong for at least show us that that's. Private document.
depending on what legally is needed. it would satisfy me personally to have the permits, the map, and a letter.
As long as we know that the permits
Explain
were there.
Well, yeah, it's from them.
Yeah.
I get the communications and the emails, and like, I feel like all the pieces are there, but it's not in a format that we can accept. Like, because this then becomes record here,
Yeah.
and we could never show
And then there's
somebody
this
down the
driveway.
road this thing with the yellow bubbles and say, oh, here's what we approved it based on. Like, that wouldn't fly, and our attorney would be very.
Yeah, so I can,
Gravel drive.
I can either take this subdivision map, label the driveways, and then see about getting something from the county stating that these permits apply
That'd be
to
great.
this
I
driveway.
think
Yes.
Jamie needs to tell you exactly. what
Yes,
she
no,
wants.
no, that makes sense, because we've got the driveways shown, and we just need something now to back up the file that says these are driveways and they're approved.
Okay.
It just happens to, same as any other time, it just, there happens to kind of be there, right?
Okay.
We just want to make sure that people.
Okay, does the board have any other questions before we do the public hearing? Okay. Yes, I did. Lisa published a notice of the public hearing, but anyway,
Motion to waive the reading of the post.
all right, we're gonna have a motion by
I'll
Bruce,
second it.
second by Aaron to waive the reading of the public notice. All in favor? Any opposed? The motion carries, the reading of the public notice is waived. And now I need a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Okay, motion made by Arnie, second by Don, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries, the public hearing is open. Is anyone here to speak on this subdivision? No, so we don't have.
Well, we do
Okay.
have one hand raised. Hold on
Oh,
one
we
second.
do?
Yep,
Oh, we're.
it went
online.
raised. It's went live for some reason.
Oh. Look at that, Doug's
Yeah.
down there. Can we promote him to?
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll hang up on it. Okay.
Hello?
Hello? I heard the voice.
Chris, can you hear us?
Yes, my name is Chris Birdham. I live in Cicero. I would be looking to buy the lot 1A, the 5-acre parcel here. We're just looking to put a single family home in the back, leave as much of it wooded and undisturbed as possible. As far as the driveway, I mean, this one seems a lot more cut and dry than the previous applicant. But that driveway's been there since when the town originally approved the subdivision between the applicant that was just before this and this one now. So that has been there and is existing since 2021 and has gone through the subdivision process once already. So I would request the board to approve this if possible. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. For those who couldn't hear, did you hear?
Couldn't hear.
Okay, this is Chris Burnham. He's interested in purchasing lot 1A. He says the driveway has been there. It's shown on the map for some time. From when the property was purchased before by the current owner. And he's asking for us, he's in favor of the project being approved.
And that we did a prior
Yeah,
subdivision
there
in
was a
21 that showed this and it was approved.
That's notable. That is
So we will have to look at that.
Okay.
Because they're
Because it never,
they're doing something different than those times. There was a bigger map and it was divided. Now it's
Okay,
the re-subdivision, more subdividing.
all right. Is there anyone else to speak for the public hearing? Okay, I'll take a motion to close
Make
it.
a motion to close the public.
Okay, I saw Arnie's little hand there, so Arnie
He did it, I
made
said.
the motion and Rich second, all in favor.
We're
Aye.
gonna for those documents as well.
Any opposed? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. The public hearing is closed.
That's gonna bring in about the road.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can.
So Pat, we have to wait on this one as well. We closed the public hearing because we need those driveway info.
Okay.
Driveway info.
so we won't be making a decision on either this evening. Okay, do you have any questions?
No.
So we will wait to hear from you on all of the above. Okay. All right, thank you, and thank you for everybody for coming
Thanks.
and speaking. Okay. I do not have any other business. Okay, motion made by Rich, second by Arnie, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries, meeting is adjourned.
I mean that in a complimentary way.
I
In the gallery?
No, the one about the muffins.
I didn't think there was a
Nice
double.
work.